Welcome to Prodigal Overland, sponsored and outfitted by Six Monkeys. Check them out for all your custom off-road armor needs for the WK2 and more.
Hi guys, I'm Brad with Prodigal Overland. We're out here in Colorado at our first stop. Found this gorgeous lake behind me to stop at. It's a cool little place. Just chilling out, cleaning our windshields because it's a dust bowl. So let's get back on the trail and see where this goes.
Hi, I'm Dan from Six Monkeys, and I'm just here to make sure Brad doesn't mess up. Hard passenger. Very good. All right, guys, we have arrived at camp. So this is a week-long trip. This is our Colorado Overlanding Adventure. I'm not sure where I'm gonna drop this in the footage, so if this is my intro, welcome to Prodigal Overland. We're being very relaxed today. I'm gonna walk you around camp here, show you how we're doing this. This is a unique trip for us. We're gonna have two mobile kind of base camp settings, and for the first time, we actually hired a private chef to come and do the meals, a good friend of ours. So he was already slaving away, cooking for us, but all of the meals on this event are catered starting tonight. So hopefully that goes well. I'm really hoping he has a lot of fun and that his wife doesn't miss him too much or wants to come on the next trip so that this can keep happening. And here, I guess I can formally introduce our new Gladiator. Haven't really done that yet because we were busy getting it ready for this trip. We traded in our 2020 Gladiator that had about 60,000 miles on for this 2022 Gladiator that had a few more of the features. Amenities, I think they call it. Still the V6 in this what do they even call this? The sand? Gobi. All the Jeep people are hating on me right now. Gobi. And so we bought the truck and we're working hard. I put the suspension in. We're doing just the Mopar suspension, but with the Bilsteins remote reservoirs. I think that's a fairly new thing. It's a little stiffer than the Fox shocks because that's what we had on the old one. And I think I'm okay with that because when we're fully loaded, which we are towing a lot, it's very nice and on-road. It handles more, I guess, stable around corners and stuff. So I do enjoy that. So if you're wondering the difference, the Bilsteins is a firmer ride than the Fox for sure. Over here, we've got rock rails from Dan from Six Monkeys. He does custom stuff, and it's good stuff. Good stuff. All right, so from Dan, we got rock rails, diff guards front and back under there, and then lower control arms guards, because I learned what I did do is learn from the last Jeep I had what I needed to do right away. So we've got guards there, the front and rear diff, and then he made me, it's my son Caleb. Hi Caleb. Yeah. He made me a multi panel on the back here that's kind of hiding. You see how good I am at this stuff. And what is super cool, a custom mounts for our high lift jack, which we had to use yesterday. So to give perspective what I had to carry out with our Woolly Bear, I should talk about the Woolly Bear. So this is our Woolly Bear trailer. This is from Taxa Outdoors. Again, not a sponsor. And I love, and there's one thing about this that I do not love, but this is their smallest trailer. This is Taxa Outdoors. This is the kitchen area. which Benjamin, we kind of made this our chef's situation. And this is a tent from CVT. So he's sleeping up there. And then he's got his prep space here, prep space there. This is kind of the kitchen world. And we actually don't have the grill out yet. It's there. I love this trailer. It's steel, like the frame, bodies, super solid, except they put crap axles on them. So this is my second axle we've had. The first one was replaced under warranty, and they just start to bow out. And so they have an axle-less one, like a Timberin axle-less, and we just have the standard model. When we get home from this trip, that we will swap out to something solid, and I will be extremely happy with this trailer. But as it stands now, it's like it kind of toes out with too much weight, and it's a pretty common issue. So if you get on any forums with the Woolly Bear, it's not hard to find that issue. And this is the CVT tent. I don't even think they make this tent anymore, but it's basically double bed size. Really good tent. Over here we've got 23-0. This is their Breezeway 2.0 tent. We got this from Colorado Overland. Super nice. I can put them down in our description too. Great customer service, and this tent was shipped well and great. I love this tent. It has that dark technology where the sides are all coated in this black material. And even now, if we get up in here, I mean, I have some, but it just blocks all the light. So if you need to sleep in, which is difficult to do on our trips, but it gets dark. And we got a little light coming in from what I have opened. But if we close those up, it would be pitch black in here. So very worthwhile. This is a queen size, like a long queen. Then over here, we've got the Jolka. This is their double room suite, and I guess I'll put links for all this stuff in our description in case you like this. I love this tent. This is awesome. I didn't think I wanted the 2-room, but basically you have one room that's your dry room, and then it zips off, and then this is your wet room. And there's the system. I lost a lid. It blew off on the highway, part of a lid, so that's why that. But we're gonna set that up later, and we can show that. But it's, man, I like to be clean when I'm camping, and this helps accomplish that. So that's everything we brought out, and I got that all out in this truck and the Woolly Bear. It was quite the adventure. And then for funsies, we picked up 2 of our friends. We have our good friend, he's great out there, that's Jeff, and he's in the Gazelle, which we also brought out. So I have 3 tents, 3 fridges, 2 solar batteries, a shower tent, and food for 12 people right now. So that's what we're trying to pull off out of that little guy. So we'll see. So we got Dan from Six Monkeys here. He's gonna take us through a walkthrough of his camp setup.
All right, guys, this is our little camping trailer. This is our first prototype. You can find these on the website. They're pretty cool. A couple different ways to build them out. You build them with rooftop tents and slide outs. Mine is real basic. We just have, just a big open container. It's 4x6. And we just keep all of our gear in here, all of our camping gear. Keep our little fridge in here. These lids are super cool. They just open and close, lock, close, snap tight. We got rails on the top where you can strap stuff down on the top. Our canopy is attached to it. It's telescopic, so we just slide it up and then pull it out. It's pretty.
This was nifty. So we should probably try to get this when it's down, but
yeah.
When he's traveling, so this actually, I'll explain the telescopic, because that would be a little, I wouldn't be able to figure that out. This comes down, and so the awning sits just above here, so that it's not flapping everywhere. Yeah. I like that.
Real low.
But obviously it goes up high enough.
Yeah, it goes up another foot higher than this too.
Oh really? So you could raise it too. Yeah. So you got tongue storage.
A little bit of tongue storage. Keep our propane tank over there.
This is a heftier jack than I can tell you is on the Woolly Bear.
Yeah, heftier axle too.
Yes. You made it here without yours bending from Florida.
Yep, so we build the axles in-house, and this axle is just a straight tube. Our standard ones that go on our models have a double bend in them, so they sit up a little higher than these.
For a little more clearance,
Yeah,
right?
it gives you about another 4 inches of clearance in the middle. It has a welded-on skid plate on the axle, so you don't have to worry about it.
But it doesn't change the overall ride height of the trailer, correct?
Doesn't change the overall ride height. And then we just got our little, another little propane tank. We got our shower set up here, so it's real easy just to run the lines over to our little shower tank. And other than that, we got our garbage bucket.
Wheel chuck, garbage.
Through the bikes on the back.
Bike rack, spare tire. And what's the dry weight of this would be?
They weigh right around 600 pounds dry.
That seems crazy low.
Crazy low. Once you add the roof rack, it adds about another 50 pounds. And when you add the slide out, it's a little more weight.
Okay.
But yeah, this one, real basic. It is a 3,500 pound capacity trailer. So you can put 3,000 pounds of gear in this.
That's massive.
Massive.
Like absurdly massive.
Yeah, more than you'll ever need.
That's overbuilt territory, really.
Never bend an axle.
No. And he's got his badging here.
Yep, we've got our badges on it.
So just to tell you how mild-mannered Dan is, he made me custom rails and didn't stick his name anywhere on it. And I asked him, why not? And he said, I don't want to be associated with you. But no, super chill guy, like just great. And honestly, your customer service, I think, is where you shine.
Yeah.
Because people can, correct me if I'm wrong, but people can pretty much pick up their phone and talk to you if they need something.
Yeah, and that's it too. They can call me about anything, whether it's trailer related, parts related, or even just overall general knowledge on Grand Cherokees. And I've had a few cases where customers reached out to other companies where they bought products and couldn't get a resolution, and they'll reach out to me to either fix it, or I'll contact the company myself, and then they'll find a resolution. So it's not only customer service for myself, but it's just overall
For the community.
You know?
Yeah.
And that's huge. You know, the community takes care of me, I'm gonna take care of them.
Yeah, I think that's great.
Yeah, the rest of my camp here, we just got our little yurt tent. I love yurt tents. They're all canvas, waterproof, have a thick rubber bottom. Withstand some pretty nasty weather, some rain and wind.
You had a stove in there at one point when it was winter, right?
Yeah. 2 years ago at Wind Rock, we had a wood stove in there, kept it nice and toasty. So it's hard to beat a yurt tent on the ground. I don't like doing the whole rooftop tent thing. It's just I don't know. I don't do enough camping to really justify it. And then the rig, 2015 diesel.
Basically stock.
Basically stock. Transmission tune.
Look at this. Did you even talk much about your bump? So he pulled the bumper off. This is really special too. So are you calling this a high clearance bumper, or what do you?
This is our high clearance tube bumper. So we pulled off the whole bumper. We trimmed it up as high as we possibly could. Plastics. Put the tube bumper in. Integrated our own receiver tube. Recovery points. The tire carrier is integrated. And everything is just contoured.
Oh, so this is actually part of the bumper.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
How about, what's your rear camera fix?
Rear camera fix is reloading back underneath the bottom. So we still have our backup camera back there.
That is super cool.
Still got our tag and our tag light.
Yeah, that's awesome.
The receiver.
Yeah.
We got the receiver and we got the plug-ins for all the trailer stuff.
Okay. Oh wow, yeah.
And now you can see the auxiliary skid that houses the onboard air and the air compressor and all that stuff too. So really just maximized departure angle.
Sure did. And this is so far out of the way.
Oh yeah, it's so far tucked up and out
Yeah.
of the way, you'll never hit it.
I like that. And then still, I mean, you got the rack. I mean, everything here is
pretty much the same as your Windrock video.
Yeah, I can link that to the video.
Yep. And the only other thing we've changed was we added some fender flares. After Windrock, we tore up some fender flares. We just made some front flares. And then recently we added the signal booster for the cell phone.
Is that the Wii Boost?
Yeah.
Is it working well here?
Works really well. You get 1 bar, it boosts it up to 4.
Oh wow.
So,
cool.
really well. But yeah, guys, that's my campsite, my trailer, my rig.
Stan. Can't say enough about how nice this guy is. He just really is. I mean, I'm a smart ass, but he's a really good guy.
Yeah.
To give the people what they want.
What do they want?
I mean, I think what they really want is to see my truck pull your truck out of something, but I realized that you're never going to allow that to happen.
No, I'll let it die there and just make
I know. It'll be that one that's over the hill.
Yeah.
It'll be yours, so just leave it.
Yeah, you're just trying.
All right, so this is Rick. Rick's been, I was trying to remember, is this your 3rd or 4th trip with us?
3rd? Fourth, yeah. Two Wind Rocks, 1 Uari.
Okay,
and
4th.
Here, so 4th, yeah.
He keeps coming back. Even you keep coming back for
2,000 miles
punishment.
Each
Yes.
way this time.
Yeah, so for perspective, you drove how many miles to get here?
A little over 2,000.
And in 2 days?
2 days.
That's dumb. Like, I couldn't do it. I'd fall apart.
Yeah.
All right, but here he is with his Ram TRX. It's a really big truck. That's what I know, and it's got lots of power.
9 miles to the gallon.
Like this, 9 miles or normal?
This like 9 and normal like 10. So it doesn't have a big change when you add 800 pounds, you know, so that's good, right? Right side.
The bright side. I know about this wheeling with them, and this is not a rock crawler, but you've kind of made it that it can do that, and it can still go fast.
Yep. Doesn't have the crawl ratio of a Jeep, right? But it's still, I mean, the tires, the lift, the armor, it can do as, you know, as good as rock crawling as any.
That's not quite true, but we're gonna let you. It's your moment, so we're gonna let you have that.
Yeah.
But rear locking diff,
Yep.
and then kind of like a brake lock differential up front.
Yep.
I can tell you from spotting him, it's a fun challenge at times to get you through stuff because of how long and wide this truck is. But also, what is interesting is you guys, for the most part, just idle up the trail.
Yeah.
Right. I can hear you just go gurgling up behind us. But anyway, go ahead. Give me what you want to do.
A normal full-size truck. Well, yours is I think 74 inches wide. This is 88 inches wide stock. We added 1.5-inch wheel spacers, the wider tires, so we're about 92.5 inches, not including the mirrors. So putting that on any sort of Jeep trail is a challenge.
And then longer than my truck, right? Too.
Way longer.
Yeah, way longer. Yeah.
We're like 235 inches, I think.
And that would have been the problem the other day is the width, how long you are.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, this is our T-Rex. We've got the 38-inch extreme mud terrain Yokohama Geolanders that are like ATV tires. They work really well in the mud. They work really well in the rock. We've got
look at those things.
Yeah, 2.6-inch lift in the back, 2.7-inch lift in the front. Rocky Road Outfitters rock rails, which you know work pretty well. Not perfect, but they work well enough. It's like the only option until my Monkey Man friend is gonna make me a new set. We got the flated topper on the back.
This thing is super cool.
Absolutely love it. Solar panel on the roof. We got enough gear and everything for 3 of us for 8-9 days. You can stand on it. You can lay on it.
And it's just air structurally.
Just air. Yep. 2 chambers. Fold it down into a backpack in about 5 or 6 minutes. And reinflate it and put it back on in about 10 to 15 if you're taking your time. So you can't beat it. So we love it. Back here we've got Dex Gen 2 storage system. All of our tools and gear, lanterns and lights. And then we've got our Huracan Fab tailgate storage box with a whole bunch more storage room. A whole bunch of just miscellaneous odds and ends in here.
So you're right at your, I think you said you're right at the gross vehicle weight rating for this,
I'm 1,000 pounds over to the pound. Yeah. To the pound.
So you're pretty close.
We are well over our payload capacity by far.
All right, and tell me about these. Where can I pick up these custom vents? Is that what this is?
Yeah. So this is custom vent technology. So normally Flated sells you a full solid panel window, but in order to have a little bit of airflow for the cooler or for the fridge or whatever you got when it's crammed in there like a sardine, we put these custom 3/4-inch hole saw marks as well as a Japanese hole punch. And you can see where some of it got away from us a couple times. Yeah. But they're $60 for a new pair, so we can trial and error.
So like it's a prototype.
Yep, exactly. And it lets just enough air in for the fridge to stay on and not overheat, and not enough to let a lot of rain in, because there's a bug screen behind there too that kind of keeps some of the rain out. So, but when this is a full panel, these rain flaps let all the rain kind of just drip off. It's
Okay.
pretty much watertight, so super cool. Moving to the front, we've got these Oracle ditch lights. We didn't want something mounted here because it's already hard enough to see over the hood bulge, especially when you're going uphill. Bodyguard front bumper. We've got 4 Rough Country Black Series Flood pod lights, 2 on each side. And then we've got a 30-inch Rough Country Black Series Flood, and then a 20-inch rigid spot. So we've got a laser beam kind of here for far out, and then here for flood. And then behind the grill, we've got these 7-inch Oxbeam 360D Pros. And this is all flood on the outside, and then a laser beam kind of in the middle there for far out.
So like if you needed to incinerate something, the laser beam lights will do that?
Laser beams, yeah.
Okay.
Well, 2 there, yep, and then this is a laser beam.
Ooh, I like it.
Yeah. And they all come on one switch, man, so it's
All
full.
right. It's the whole show.
100,000 lumens or whatever it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much
That's
the
it. So if someone was interested in this truck over, say, like the Gladiator behind you,
Yeah.
and they wanted to see more content, where could they go to see this in
Right here.
action?
Full Throttle Rick.
Full
YouTube
Throttle
channel.
Rick.
We've got a ton of awesome content on there of us doing a whole bunch of Jeep Badge of Honor trails. Actually, show them the badges. I don't know if you've got that.
Oh, this will really. I think they might. Jeep might contact me if I show this on camera.
We've got 4 here and 1 on the way. We did Turkey Bay on the way here. We've got Windrock Trail 26.
So my understanding is that you have to have a Jeep to get these badges.
Yeah, correct. So we've got about 10 or 12 Jeep VINs in our resume, and the wife drives a Jeep, so we just use that VIN.
And so when Jeep folks see this on your truck, I mean, they're generally pleased, or
They're
what?
triggered. They're triggered, yeah. But you know what? At the end of the day, I remind them it's not Toyota. We're in the same family,
Same family.
same dealership as they do to get repairs done. So.
You just wanted more.
Oh yeah, and we're gonna pepper this thing with all of them.
So guys, that is Rick, Full Throttle Rick. Super nice guy, very chill. Great dad, by the way. I've noticed that about you. He is a great dad and has a daughter that loves coming out, and they do great together.
Yeah, and she's in a lot of videos too.
Yeah.
Is that a Jeep badge on a Ram?
So here is Lee. Lee is out with us. He's been out with us several times. He used to have a 4Runner, Toyota 4Runner, and he came out to, I guess, 2 or 3 of our events with his 4Runner and just wanted a little more. So he had a little Jeep envy. So he has a diesel Gladiator, 2.5-inch lift, 37-inch Mickey Thompson tires. This is the same tire I run in a 35. I love these tires. It's a hybrid tire. So your space, I get out of light, spacing's a little wider here than there. So it's kind of like a blend between a mud terrain and all-terrain, which I think is a good happy medium. Yeah. So that is Lee's truck. He's got some, what is this, the Diamondback cover. We did have a flat yesterday. We'll talk about that later, that we are currently using glue treads on to try to fix. But Lee is a fantastic guy. So yesterday we did Schofield Pass. And tell us what happened on Schofield. This is where you talk.
I aired down my tire too low
Too low.
for the terrain, and these sharp rocks cut a hole in my sidewall.
So you've got these fancy method wheels, which go down, can hold a bead to, what do they say?
They say 5, but
5.
some people will go 0.
So you went 7, and we're feeling really good. But if you look at his wear patterns, he's very educational for folks. He was rolling the whole trail well past these lugs and here, and we ended up getting a tear right there. We are currently trying to patch with glue treads. Not sponsored by glue treads. I saw this and thought, man, if one of my people doesn't have a spare or needs to patch a spare, I should have this. We tried this before and it didn't work because the tear was on the lettering and we didn't take the time to sand it down. But this is like the nicest place to repair this. Like, it couldn't be more ideal. So we're gonna see if this works. Anything else to add?
No.
So Daniel's rig is fixed. So if you watched last time Daniel was with us in Pennsylvania, he did not have front wheel drive. Was it your front drive shaft or what was actually broken?
Front drive shaft.
Front drive shaft. But you're fixed now. So he's looking forward to some rock crawling to see what he's got. This is the 4th time we've led an event out in Colorado, and every time I'm in Colorado, I'm just blown away by the majestic scenery, the waterfalls, and these high alpine lakes. This is going to be the first of several videos coming out from our week-long trip. The trail we did the very first day was called Blair Mountain, and it certainly didn't disappoint with its majestic beauty and off-road adventures. If you want to join us but missed out on this one, head over to our website. We've got more events coming this fall. So we are heading down to a mud bog area. Our obstacle is a mud bog. This is, again, on Blair Mountain. I kind of was skirting around it, but I have a feeling the center is kind of thick. Rick is checking depth here just to see. I had exactly one intentional experience with mud, and that was enough for me. If you've ever been through mud, the cleanup is more than enough to scare you off. Same goes for Daniel. He takes the bypass here. Rick was kind enough to feel out the true depth of this mud bog. All right, Rick. Good. This is Brian. Brian's been out with us several times. I think this is his 3rd time with us out in Colorado. And actually this trip was largely in part because of Brian. He really wanted to do a trail called Red Cone. We're going to see that trail in a few videos from now. But here he is working his way through the mud. Some trails can get really nasty when they're wet. Blair Mountain would be one of them. As we were going through, it was super dry, but you could really tell that if there was rain, a lot of rain, this would quickly become a very messy, difficult trail to traverse. The vast majority of this trail is dirt, and we were able to kind of skirt across many areas that looked like they were really rutted out from when it was wet. When I plan these trips, especially these longer trips, I really like to try to build as we go through the week. We had some folks out that were new to Colorado, new to mountain passes, so I wanted to do a trail that was beautiful with some technical aspects, but I really wanted to stay away from anything like a shelf road or anything that would really kind of put some fright and some fear into folks right in the beginning of the week. So this was a nice trail to run through in the beginning. It did offer some challenges, but there's nothing on this trail that's too intense. You're okay. So we're at a really off-camber section where the road is kind of, it's very soft on the border and you can tell tires are slipping over. So we're gonna take people high up this bank. Looking good. You can go driver, good, perfect. Yep, nice and easy. Nice and slow, you're good, you're through it, that's great. So here's what we're trying to avoid here. This is really loose rock right there. And you can see about 3 different spots where people's tires started to drift over the edge. So it's just very soft because of people are off camber. So we're gonna take them, again, high on this wall. You're good, you got road there. Perfect, good job, Rick. And you're clear of that section. Just a touch driver, yep, right there, slow, yep. Couple little steps. And now you can cut it towards me. Good job. And you know the next line?
I think so.
Good job, Brian. Just let it roll, let it roll. Straighten out a little bit, straighten out. Right there is fine. Start going driver. Yep, right there. Follow that line. Now you can go driver. Yep, you're good. You're through it. Hold it a little longer. Yep, hold it, keep going. Now you can start your turn down. Great job. So, Daniel is really gonna get a workout on his Quad Drive 2 system and hopefully get to see how it works, because he's been doing the last several events without front wheel drive. But he's got that fixed now. So back it up. Hard passenger, 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 passenger. Very good. Okay, slow down. Let me get up past that just a little more. Like, go 3 feet forward for me. Okay, stop there, and let me come up. Stop, just back up just a smidge for me, like a foot. Right there. There, turn, good. Good job. And then back the other way. Cut it back, cut it back, cut it back. The flies out on some of these trails and the mosquitoes were ridiculous. You can see them kind of buzzing across, and they were like biting flies, so not too fun on that end of things. Driver, right there. Hold driver. Hard driver. You're good, you're through it. Neutral. Did you see the line enough? Or do you need me to show you again? You're good, okay. So our other two Grand Cherokees have the Quadra Drive 2 system. Dan here from Six Monkeys actually has the Quadra Track 2 system, so he does not have that limited slip in the back, and you're really gonna be able to see that here. You're not going to get it from your front passenger. You're going to have to, but when you back up, you shifted, your back end shifted off trail a little bit, so you got to cut your back end towards the center of the trail.
Good, you jumped the boulder, bro. You win.
Dan, you're gonna break. You're too high here. Nah. Okay. Cut it back this way. Will it let you or no? Stop. No, I think we're okay. Preferably from where you're at now, if we can get your driver's side to do this and then cut back, that would be the best option. So your tail end, if you want to go back a little bit more and bring your tail that way. Now drive and come this way just a smidge. More. 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 Okay. Little more. Okay. I'm going to get out of your way. Oh, you're there, man. Come on. No. You're up. Got a really steep climb up to Adams Lake. Just trying to get to lunch. And you just want kind of your moderate throttle, Daniel. Not super crawly, but kind of in the middle. No more for me. Yep, you're about to crest. You're doing a great job. Kind of stay middle as you go. Good job. Low end torque. After we made that last climb, we were able to finally make it up to Adams Lake. It's a little kind of hook off of this Blair Mountain trail. It's an out and back to the lake, but it's definitely worth a stop. I mean, just gorgeous. Several of our folks actually hopped in and just went for a swim and enjoyed the water. And that's where we did lunch. Just a beautiful, beautiful lake. Again, that's Lake Adams off of Blair Mountain. All right, guys, we made it to the top of Blair Mountain. We're about 11,000, I think 400 feet, something like that. It's a pretty trail for sure. It's got a good mix of technical aspects as well as some just really pretty lakes. Actually more lakes than I thought. Definitely check out Adams Lake, but just gorgeous. Guys, thanks so much for watching this one. I hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, this is the first of 3 videos that I'm going to be putting out on our Colorado Overlanding Adventure. Next video is going to be on Mosquito Pass, which was actually the first trail my family and I did together. This was before we hit the road full time, before there was even a Prodigal Overland, and for sure most everyone in the car thought they were going to die. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Like I said, we've got more events coming up in the fall. One I'm super excited about is coming up in October in Asheville, which is our hometown. We're gonna have forging there. There's gonna be great food. It's just gonna be an awesome time. Head over to our website, check that out, and we'll see you real soon.